Good morning. I am Amy Firestein, her, she pronouns, and I look forward to sharing leadership of today's service with the wonderful Jimmy Handshaw as he shares with us his continuing spiritual journey. And now I have a very important announcement. I want to take this moment on behalf of the Call Planning Task Force to say, time is running out. Today after church from 12:30 to 2 in Fuller Chapel is the last time to participate in an in-person cottage meeting to talk about Rev. Brand and the future of UCH. There is also one other opportunity on Zoom tomorrow, Monday evening, December 15th, from 6:30 to 8. Please see a member of the Call Planning Task Force to sign up. Whoever you are, wherever you live, whomever you love, and however you choose to spend your days, you are welcome at the Unitarian Church of Harrisburg. We invite you to join us for coffee hour following this morning's service, either downstairs or on Zoom. I now ask you to take a moment to hold our space as sacred by silencing your electronic devices and preparing yourself to be present. Online or in person, we are grateful for this time together, and I also want to wish everybody, because at sunset today, it will be the first night of Hanukkah. So happy first night of Hanukkah.
Tis a gift to be simple, tis a gift to be free, tis a gift to come down where we ought to be. And when we find ourselves in the place just right, to be in the valley of love and delight, when true simplicity is gained, to bow and to bend we shan't be ashamed, to turn will be our delight, till by turning we come round right. Tis a gift to be simple, tis a gift to be free, tis a gift to come down where we ought to be. And when we find ourselves in the place just right, to be in the valley of love and delight, when true simplicity is gained, to bow and to bend we shan't be ashamed, to turn will be our delight, till by turning we come round right.
We have chosen to bring ourselves here to this sanctuary to gather as a community of faith. We join together in solidarity as a covenant people who are drawn together by the promise of connection and the mysterious pull of the unanswerable. As seekers, wanderers, appreciators of nature, creators of connection, our paths have converged today so that we might be present to the spirit that is worship. And so, let us worship together. Each week, it is our tradition to light a chalice, which casts a circle of light to hold us all. As we create anew this symbol of our shared faith, let's reflect on these words by Leonard Cohen. Ring the bells that still can ring. Forget the perfect offering. There is a crack in everything. That's how the light gets in.
And as we celebrate the third week of Advent, I'd like to say, even in difficult moments, there are reasons for gratitude. We find joy in the people we love and in the beauty we find and create in traditions old and new. Light the candles. Oops. And now, As we affirm our mission to encourage, equip, and empower, we ask that you join in the affirmation of our covenant with one another. Love is the spirit of this congregation, and service is our gift. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. That was beautiful. So today's story is called Happy Dreamer by Peter H. Reynolds. I am a happy dreamer. I'm really good at daydreaming daydreams. Big dreams, little dreams, creative dreams, dreamer maximus. Sometimes the world tells me, sit still, be quiet, pay attention, focus. But my dreams have a mind of their own. Sometimes my mind just takes flight. I hear a beat, and I gotta move. Then I hear another, and another. Wish you could hear inside my head. trumpety, zigzag, jazz. Sometimes, though, I'm a quiet dreamer. When I make time to stay still and hear myself think, to let go and see what takes shape. Do you see that? Sometimes I'm a swing high dreamer, way up high beyond the clouds, so high I can touch the sky. I can also be a loud dreamer. Hello, world, I'm a shout at the top of my lungs dreamer, even if the loud is just inside my head dreamer. Sometimes I'm a colorful dreamer, painting my own path full of surprises at every turn. I can dream even when the lights are out. All circuits on, fireworks. I light up. I'm all ears, eyes, heart, and mind. I have so many dreams, it can get messy. Creative chaos. Cleaning up hides my treasures. If you make me, I will put my things away. But then there's less me to show. These are the moments I feel alone, boxed in. And yet, I always find a way back, plunging into amazing, delightful, happy dreams. I'm really good at being me. A dreamer, surprising, caring, funny, gentle, smart. And when I tumble back to earth, I know I'm okay. Dreamers have a way of bouncing back and moving forward. There are so many ways to be a happy dreamer. What kind of dreamer are you? But the best way to be a happy dreamer, just be you. Which is why this book is dedicated to you. And yes, I did say dedicated to you. And now we'll play our youth downstairs.
Let us join together. Let us join together in a spirit of meditation, a prayer by Meister Eckhart, a 14th century German Catholic priest, theologian, and mystic. I feel he still speaks to us today. If the only prayer you ever say is thank you, that is enough. Thank you.
Find a stillness, hold a stillness, let the stillness carry me. Find the silence, hold the silence, let the silence carry me. In the Spirit, by the Spirit, with the Spirit giving power, I will find true harmony. See the essence, hold the essence, let the essence carry me. Let me flower, help me flower, watch the flower carry me. In the Spirit, by the Spirit, with the Spirit giving power, I will find true harmony.
Oops. Thank you. the words of Mr. Rogers. Fred Rogers once said, "Deep and simple is far more essential than shallow and complex." He spent his life teaching that what matters most is not brilliance or achievement, but gentleness, the quiet courage to care for one another. He reminded us that every person, every child, every neighbor carries a spark that matters. He said, "You are a very special person. There is no one else like you." But for Mr. Rogers, this was not a slogan. It was a responsibility. Because if each life is precious, then the way we treat each other is the way we treat the world. He taught that feelings are not failures, but messages. Anything human is mentionable. He said, anything mentionable can be more manageable. He believed the world becomes kinder, not through force or argument, but through everyday acts of attention and respect. And he told us again and again, love is at the root of everything, all learning, all relationships. Love, or the lack of it. In this, Fred Rogers echoes the oldest wisdom traditions, that we belong to one another, that our breath is shared, and that there are no other people's children. I like you just the way you are, he said. A blessing for the child, a blessing for the neighbor, a blessing for the world still learning how to love itself into being.
Thank you, Amy. Now is the time when we engage as a community in the sharing of our joys and sorrows, our concerns and milestones. When we join together to hold each other in support and in celebration, we deepen our sense of interrelationship. We may find our sorrows eased and our joys magnified. I invite you to share them now through the writing them on a slip or typing them into the virtual chat. Please indicate whether your message is okay to share out loud. You can honor whatever you are holding in your heart by placing a stone in the water of community. Please come down the center aisle, returning to your seats by the side aisles. Spoken or unspoken, our hearts join with yours in carrying all that life brings. I place one final stone in our waters community for all who are not here to share with us today. For all that has been shared and the many concerns we hold deep in our hearts and yet remain unspoken, we journey with each other in love. This is from Anonymous. Navigating life is new changes. A relationship with my partner is being challenged by current circumstances. I am asking for prayer or positive thoughts for a harmonious outcome. This is from Amy Firestone Stein. Mine is both a joy and a sorrow. Prayers and love to my parents, Mary and Bob Barnes, as they make strides towards recovering after a terrible car accident a week and a half ago. My joy is that both are stable. My mom is moving in the right direction. My dad has a harder road. My sorrow is that this happened at all. Please all drive safe out there. This is from Libby Tisdale. Jim Doyle and I welcomed a new grandbaby on December 10th. He was 7 weeks premature, weighed 4 pounds, 7 ounces, and is now off all IVs in the NICU unit and is healthy and is breathing on his own. Welcome, August Ridge Lamont, a new light to the world. Wonderful. Okay. In 1957, Leon Festinger, a social psychologist, coined the term cognitive dissonance. It remains one of the most influential ideas in psychology by illuminating everyday contradictions and offers a window into why humans change, resist change, or cling to beliefs. It's been my constant companion throughout my life. In the next 10 minutes, I hope to explain how I've made peace with it spiritually. I've come to feel that sentient humans, that would be all of you, enter this world in a way that no philosophy needs to explain and no theology can fully capture. We all arrive at birth with pure feeling and little or no thinking. The 20th century political thinker Hannah Arendt introduced me and the rest of us to the concept of natality, the miracle that every birth brings a new beginning to the world has never seen before. Before we become thinkers, before we learn words, before we inherit categories and judgments, we are simply alive, a full-body chord of sensation, spirit before story, sentience before sentence. This beginning is not symbolic, it is literal. It is felt in every newborn child. It is a grounding tone of what it means to be human, and every human shares this miracle of birth. Then life begins its long work. Our tribe or culture hands us the tools of thought, and they're wonderful tools. Language, ideas, traditions, labels, explanations. These gifts help us navigate the world, but they also impose structure on what was originally open and unbounded. And somewhere in that process, we begin to feel the tension between the given thinking and the native sentient feeling. That tension, this friction between our culture's categories and a body's felt truth, is what Antonio Damasio, a neuroscientist and thinker whose recent life work has been to restore feeling to its rightful place at the center of human life. At a time when consciousness was often treated as purely cognitive machine, Damasio showed that through clinical work, neuroscience, and philosophy, that our deepest judgments, decisions, and identities begin not with abstract thought, but with the body. Feeling is the foundation of consciousness. Thinking may organize the world, but feeling is what lets us know that the world matters. We do not think our way into meaning, we feel our way into it. And so, a kind of cognitive dissonance is woven into the shape of every life. This dissonance is not a flaw, it is an invitation. It asks us to reconcile the story we were given with the feeling we were born with. Sometimes the two harmonize, sometimes they collide. But the presence of tension means we are alive, aware, engaged in the work of becoming ourselves. What helps us resolve that tension? What carries us from dissonance towards resonance? This is funny for me. This is where Ralph Waldo Emerson enters the conversation, and not as a distant philosopher, but as a companion in the work of tuning our lives. Emerson was a 19th century American essayist, poet, and a Unitarian minister. He said, the only way to have a friend is to be one. At first, this sounds like moral instruction, but beneath that, Emerson is pointing to a deeper truth about human beings. We become whole not by protecting ourselves, but by opening ourselves. Friendship is not something we acquire. It is something we reveal. It is what happens when we allow our native feeling to meet another person's native feeling, without the armor of judgments, labels, or inherited fears. Just like we do every Sunday in this sanctuary. In Emerson's vision, friendship is a return to natality. Most importantly, Emerson emphasizes the core of friendship is sharing each other's vulnerability. And just like our covenant meetings in this congregation, that is friendship. It is a rediscovery of the self before the categories. It's a reconciliation of dissonance into resonance. Hannah Arendt adds to this that the reminder that every life is a new beginning, not only for the individual, but for the world. Antonio Damasio adds that every meaningful beginning must be grounded in feeling, not thought. Emerson completes this by saying, "The bridge to my feeling is yours in friendship." And from this shared insight grows a truth I now hold at the very center of my life. There are no other people. There are no other people's children. And even our enemies are sacred. The last one's a tough one. Why? Because they began the same way we did, all feeling, no thinking. Because their natality is as miraculous as ours. Because whatever stories divide us were given later, not born in them. To say even our enemies are sacred is not to excuse harm or deny justice, is to remember that sacredness is not something people earn. It is something they are. Every child, friend, or stranger, ally, or adversary arrives holy. And that holiness does not vanish because their thinking collides with ours. When I remember this, cognitive dissonance softens. When I forget it, it turns into hatred. To see the sacred in our enemies is not so sentimental, it is courageous. It is the strongest form of resonance a human being can offer, because resonance does not mean agreement. Resonance means recognition. It means acknowledging the shared origin of our breath, our vulnerability, and our becoming. Sentience itself, this astonishing capacity to feel, is a universe becoming aware of its own depth. The same universe that creates stars from collapsed matter also creates compassion from suffering. The same cosmic process that generates tension also makes harmony possible. Page stuck together. When we choose to be a friend, especially to those who seem unlike it, we tune ourselves to that cosmic work. We align ourselves with the scale the universe uses to create meaning. The dissonance of life is real. But so is the music, Chris, Yvonne, and the rest of the cast of characters in the voice and bell choirs. And the music grows deeper, richer, and more resonant when we remember that even our enemies are sacred, and that we were never meant to live as separate notes. We were always meant to be voices in the same unfolding song. So I'll finish with a thank you. For 16 years, Unitarian Church of Harrisburg has been my finishing school. Though the joke, of course, is that nobody ever gets finished. If I'm not finished now at 80, I'll never be finished, and that's the beauty of it. Whatever I have in me now is what I have. Whatever I've distilled from all these decades, the beginnings, the fallings, the getting back ups, the breathing through dissonance, that's what I've come to see as my wisdom. Or if someone prefers, delusions of grandeur. Either way, it makes no difference to me anymore because the truth I found is simple. I am happy. Happy not because I've solved my life, but because I've stopped trying to graduate from it. Happy because wisdom isn't a diploma, it's a softening that comes with age, a smile that comes when I kiss my wife's head, and it feels like the first time. The sense that all of this, every bit of it, was worth the trouble. So call it wisdom, call it Jimmy wisdom, call it delusions, call it whatever you want. It is enough, and so am I, and so are you. Thank you for who you are.
I'm Chris Dutton, and I serve on the UCH Board of Trustees. I'm here to represent the important labor and leadership that our members offer to keep this congregation thriving. The Unitarian Church of Harrisburg is, as always, an intentionally gathered congregation of freely thinking, loving people. The church is created, sustained, and supported by us. Each week, we take up an offering where we ask each other to share money to support the church. We also use half of this money to help a charity, which is doing important work to improve the world. For the month of December, we are sharing with the Susquehanna Harbor Safe Haven. SHSH is a residential facility offering support and stable housing to chronically unhoused men. The program offers a long-term housing within a supportive community and programming aimed at enabling future independence for up to 25 formerly homeless men in Dauphin County. In just a moment, the greeters will start passing offering plates around. You can put cash or checks in the plate when it comes by. You can also donate online by scanning the QR code on the back of your order of service or by visiting uchbg.org and scroll to the bottom of the page for options. Your financial support and commitment matter. Please consider giving what you are able. Thank you.
these gifts to the work of the congregation, weaving a tapestry of compassion and action, faith and fellowship, hope and wholeness. May we leave this place the same way we entered the world, with a breath. Not a perfect breath, not a practiced breath, not a theological breath, just a simple, honest inhale that says, I am here, and exhale that says, I belong. May you remember the breath that was yours before language, before you learned the cultural stories that shaped your thinking. Before any of that, you breathed, you felt, you were sentient long before you were certain. May your breath return you to that first memory, the one without words, where your newborn body knew something your mind keeps forgetting. Awe, A-W-E, is your birthright. It is belonging, and belonging is not earned by argument, but given by existence itself. May the inhale remind you of natality, the miracle that we can always begin again. And may the exhale remind you that letting go is not surrender, but the natural rhythm of becoming who you already are. May your breath soften the tight spaces, loosen old stories, and dissolve any thought that claims you are separate or unworthy. For in the great family of breath, there are no other people, no other people's children, only us. May we leave here sharing our breaths for the children yet to come, for their future that depends on our courage to be gentle stewards in the only known biosphere in the universe that preserves the natality of life. Amen.